Hey guys, welcome back here to the hillside. Today we're going to talk about the best fertilizers you can use on your indoor plants during the winter time. So let's go ahead and get started. All right guys, so a long time ago I was given some advice that you do not want to ever fertilize your plants during the winter time. All of your plants are dormant. Wasting fertilizer on a dormant plant is just no good. That, guys, is just not true. These plants are all tropical in nature, and although they're not growing as fast as they would during the summertime or even in the spring, these plants are definitely putting on new growth. So yes, you need to feed your plants in the wintertime, although you may need to water them and feed them less, it's still very important to fertilize them. So let's go ahead and talk about the best fertilizers I can recommend for your indoor garden and your tropical plants during the winter. So let's go ahead and see what we got. All right guys, so the first option I'd like to talk about is Schultz plant food. Now this is a 10-15-10. This is very highly concentrated. So what you do is you're gonna get a dropper full, okay? And with this dropper full like this, you're gonna add several drops. The instructions are on the side here, but this is, like I said, very highly concentrated. So I like to recommend you fertilizing weekly. Okay, so fertilize once a week at a very diluted ratio. So if this tells you to use, half a teaspoon per gallon, use 1/8 of a teaspoon, use less. You don't want to really put the fertilizer on heavy in the wintertime because the plants, albeit, are going to be growing slower. You really don't need to add excess fertility, but you do need to add something. So this, if you don't want to fool around with mixing large quantities of things, adding a few drops of this to your water, which I always recommend using rainwater or just anything besides tap water, okay? If you must use tap water, let it evaporate, let the chlorine dissipate as much as possible before you use it on your plants. Okay, so option number 2, I'd like to recommend. This is the Miracle-Gro Performance Organics. It is a 11-3-8, so higher on the nitrogen level, which is going to be great for your plants, especially tropical house plants that are grown for their leaves and their greenery, not for their flowers in particular. So this, just like all of the Miracle-Gro products, you just take the scoop out. It's a blue liquid, blue powder, sorry. It turns into a blue liquid. Water it weekly on your house plants. And look around. Look at some of these plants. They are absolutely thriving. They are putting on lush growth. It is November in the Northern Hemisphere. We are slowly approaching the shortest day length of the year. I don't really use any kind of artificial lights on these plants. They get just the ambient, amount of daylight that the sun's providing, and they're doing great. They're still growing. They're still green. All of that is attributed to these fertilizers I'm talking to you about today. So let's go ahead and look at number 3. All right, so number 3 and 4 are both from Dr. Earth, but yet they're both different. Now this is the Dr. Earth liquid solution from concentrate. It's a 3-3-3. Okay, so with this is a very lower on the nutrient level. However, it's all plant-based. Okay, so you can add this to your plants without risk of burning them. You're not going to get chemical or fertilizer burn. I add this to my rainwater, dilute it down, water it freely often, and just like I've showed you before, these plants are thriving. So the Dr. Earth, I think, is a great product for your plants. If you want to go organic, this is probably one of the better routes, unless you, if that means something to you. If you don't necessarily want to go organic because, you might not think it's necessary for indoor plants, tropicals, that's fine too. But like I said, this plant fertilizer will not burn your plants and they will respond great to the added nutrients. And this actually comes with minerals added as well, which is lacking in your topsoil, also in your planting medium, such as your cocoa peat, just regular vermiculite, things like this. These are going to be technically very low in minerals just by nature. So let me go ahead and introduce the final product, and also another Dr. Earth fertilizer, and talk about that right now. All right, guys, so the last product I'd like to recommend to you is the Dr. Earth Organic and Natural Concentrated All-Purpose Plant Food. Now this is a 1-1-1. That's why I use this one for last. Okay, guys, so this one is very, very, very weak as far as fertilizer goes. So this one, I think you can use maybe every time you water, maybe not, maybe every other time you water, without risk of damaging any kind of roots or burning the leaves or the plants. If you want to give your plant's just a constant source of nutrition, a constant source of fertility, I recommend using this because it is the weakest of the four that I've demonstrated for you guys here today. So use this the most often. So if you're someone who likes to water a lot, or maybe someone who's really just likes to fertilize, you really want to baby your plants and give them the best, all around plant care you can, sometimes too much love is what's going to kill your plants. So I recommend this if you're one of those kind of people. You want to fertilize all the time, give your plants just the absolute best chance to thrive you can, whatever it may be. Use this right here, okay? I've had great results. I use it all the time, and I don't burn my plants up. They grow, they're doing amazing, even here in November, indoors, here at the Hillside Gardens. So hopefully that helps you guys make a good decision about what fertilizer you can use this winter in your indoor plants, and what's gonna give you guys the best possibility to succeed in your indoor gardening. All right, guys, until next time, hope this helps. Hope you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing, and I'll see you here on the hillside for the next plant video. All right, guys, until then, bye-bye.